Hello guys, it is CGG, or most of you guys know me as yakultyacker. I just want to say first and foremost, thank you guys a lot for 50 followers. That means 50 of you guys somewhat value my work, which, in my opinion, that's a start. As promised to about maybe 12 of you guys that saw that story, I promised to make a video regarding where I came from or how yakultyacker started in the first place. So sit down and, I don't know, enjoy the ride. The first ever video landed on yakultyacker was November 27th. I was about to say 25th, but my edits actually date way back in September. On my main account, that's when I started kind of doing these little car edits, but god, these were fucking horrendous. I actually can't even look back at myself and realize I actually made that shit. Which I might just link in the description of my other account, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. Pretty much, that's kind of where my editing started, but I had a spare email running around, so I figured I'd try and use it, because, I don't know, I just felt like doing that, and so I needed a name, and it's kind of fucking corny, but I had a Yakult lying around, but I also have a metal username, or I had the metal username, Yakult Lover. And so put two and two together and yakultyacker came to life. Now at first, this account's main purpose was just to like post other shit, or not even just post anything at all. It was kind of just like a second account to just, escape from the main one, because I'm kind of tired of like seeing the same shit. Or maybe just even post like anonymous video clips from games that I had with friends, which I did. It was only like one time. So yeah, that kind of came to life. And so put two and two together again after that whole chit chat. This was like 2 months later. And me and my friends were in one of my classes, and we're gonna call him Jay for now. He brought up an edit. I don't remember which one it was, but he was like, dude, we should try editing or do edits. And so we kind of did. It kind of started from there, and I went home that same day, downloaded Adobe Premiere Pro and CapCut, just in case, because I used CapCut more than I used not After Effects, but Premiere Pro. And so essentially, I got to work, and at first it was kind of hard finding like websites to like convert video links from YouTube to like download clips, but primarily I was downloading Twixters, so you could kind of tell that I was not there literally. At first I didn't really take editing seriously because I didn't really want to do that primarily, so the first full-on edit that I kind of like worked my ass off of is now unlisted, because looking back at it now is probably the worst one I've ever put out, and that says a lot. I will say, to humble myself, is that I'm not really that much of a good editor still, but simple edits can get far a little bit. I mean, you already saw it with that one Creed edit, but that's not an excuse. I'm not gonna lie, my shit kind of sucks. Funny enough, I don't think I really talk about this as much with friends that I tell about my edit account. But God, each time I look at my edits, I realize, Jesus Christ, they fucking suck. And then I realize that there's some funny clips out there. I'm hoping eventually one day that's gonna be mine's. But really, other than that, that's kind of just like what the shtick is. So yeah, That's when yakultyacker was kind of created. I didn't really, like I said, I didn't really have much of a usage for it besides that until eventually I started posting more often, and wow, I gotta say that is a huge difference from what it was the last time. That I will say that much, and I am forever grateful for that. The last time I ever had something so huge was I had a racing team, and pretty much I ran the whole shtick. It was for Midnight Racing Tokyo. The name's kind of bad. It's called HRT, which also kind of stands for like hormone replacement treatment. I don't remember, but that was the last time I ever got any sort of visibility, and one thing led to another, and it kind of turned into a disaster. That I will say. But since then, I kind of toned myself down and hoped that maybe this time I could actually work my ass off rather than just take photos and then put my name on it and then say, oh, I did this shit. So I wanted to put in the hard labor of doing all this, in which I did. I will say that much. But it isn't as good as how much I wanted it to be. But you know what? All those likes, 5,000, that is a lot. I didn't imagine that almost 5,000 people, including myself, yes, I will confess, I will admit that I do like some of my own posts because some of those ones are the ones that I'm the most proud of. Even though I literally said earlier that I hate them. Point is, if I wasn't proud of my work, I would have never done all of this. Currently, if I remember correctly, I have more than 100 posts, meaning that since November 27th, 2025, I've posted about that much. And that, to me, and maybe to you guys, kind of shows how much time has passed since then. We are already halfway through 2026, and I'm a senior now. Yeah, I'm a fucking unk, sadly. Well, about to get there. But, yeah, this is more of just me yapping about just how, I decided to try again when it came to, making edits and also art, which you will be seeing a little bit more of, maybe then. Um, yeah. Yes, it's currently 1 o'clock in the morning, and my dad is right next to my room, so I'm gonna have to quiet down a bit. But, thank you guys again so much. I love you guys all, and maybe then I'll start doing longer form content, but for now, edits and art will be my main thing. Uh, Peace out, I guess. I'll see you guys another time. And just like that, that is basically where I fucking came from, or how you call yacker exists. If you guys want to see more shit like this, then please let me know. I'd be so down to like use my simple ass editing skills. And yes, there were a lot of blue emojis because I like Isaac Y, and he kind of inspired me to do this whole entire thing. Not editing, of course, but adding all these fuck ass emojis and funny photos. And yes, that's my AC in the background, so I am so sorry if you hear that shit.
Why is it $200,000?
What if it's faster than my car, bro? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Oh yeah.
And I just took down the jailbreak sign. Or, yo, Eric, Eric.
Yo,